by either taking a chair, and remember you can use a kitchen chair, it doesn't have to be a yoga chair. Try and make sure you have some wall space and that you have 2 blocks like this, and a couple of blankets if possible. You know, they can be any blankets from home or big towels, and a yoga belt. So your blanket comes off the shelf looking like this, fold it into 2, and you're going to lie on your back. And as you lay down on your back, move the knees closer to the chair than the hips. So the hips are not directly underneath the knees, which allows the lower back to lengthen. And then take the arms down beside you to center and settle. Breathe in and out through the nose. And just draw the attention to your breath, noticing the gentle rise and fall of the belly as you breathe. It's almost as though you take your, attention, your arms wide, and you draw your attention to the periphery of your mat. Draw it away from the thinking, away from thoughts about what you're going to do next, away from what you did yesterday, so that your attention is centered in mindfulness, in being present in this present moment, without judgment, neither good nor bad. And as you notice the breath in the belly, notice as you inhale, the belly rises, as you exhale, the belly falls. You might say to yourself, in as you breathe in, and out as you breathe out. This is the way we control the mind. This is the way we train the mind to keep bringing the attention back to the breath. And the mind wanders, and it might feel really important to think about that thing, but ultimately it's only thinking. Bring the mind back to the breath again. And then the mind wanders again, and bring the mind back to the breath. So become accustomed to noticing when your mind has wandered, and consciously bring your mind back to the breath until inevitably it will wander again. Now from there, draw your knees towards you. Draw your knees towards you with the heels to the edge of the chair. Clasp your fingers around your knees and draw your knees in towards your chest. Draw your shin bones down towards the floor so that you're flattening through your lower back. Feel how the lower back lengthens and broadens as you do this. Soften the belly. And then from there, roll over onto your side. For me, obviously left side, because of the lack of room. For you, it might be the right side. Roll over onto your side and come all the way up. So from here, I'd like you to come onto all fours with the hands underneath the shoulders and the knees underneath the hips. You're going to come into cat-cow. Start in neutral, so the back's not dropping, nor is it lifting. Take a deep inhalation. As you exhale, arch the center of the back up towards the ceiling. Look back between your thighs. On the inhalation, come back to neutral. On the exhalation, press the breastbone forwards between the arms and roll the shoulders down away from the ears. On the inhalation, come back to neutral. On the exhalation, arch the center of the back up towards the ceiling and lift the pelvic floor muscles. Inhale to bring the spine to neutral. Exhale, press the breastbone forwards between the arms, lift the pelvic floor, draw your belly back towards your spine. Inhale to come back to neutral. Exhale and arch. Belly back towards the spine, lift the pelvic floor. Feel that you're trying to move the parts of your spine that are stiff and resistant. Inhale to come back to neutral. Exhale, breastbone forwards, roll the shoulders off the ears. Inhale, one more. Exhale, back to neutral. Inhale, exhale, breastbone forwards. Back to neutral. From there, tuck your toes under and come all the way up to standing. I'm going to work with a little bit of shoulder work. Stand with your feet hip distance apart, with the outer edges of your feet parallel with the outer edges of the mat. Press the tops of the thighs back to bring you into all four corners of your feet. Notice that the heels and the balls of the feet are down on the right and the left side so that you're even. Particularly if you have scoliosis, lengthen down the leg that is your short side. Lengthen the buttocks down towards the heels and slightly lift from just above the pubic bone so that there's a connection between the front and the back body. This is the way you invite your core in. Don't drop the belly out this way. Slightly lift the lower belly, lengthen the buttocks down. Clasp your fingers for Badanguliasana. Press the hands forwards. Really open the palms of the hands and draw the elbows in towards each other. And then as you inhale, raise the arms up. Deep inward, deep outward breath. Press the palms towards the ceiling. As you take the arms up, don't push the lower back forwards this way. Keep the weight back in the heels. Keep the lower belly slightly lifted and lift from the back of your body. Deep inhalation, deep exhalation. Exhale, bring the arms down. Turn the palms towards you. Change the cross of the fingers. Press the palms forwards. Inhale and go up. Really lift from the back of your body, from the side waist, from the ribs. Go up, get really tall, really high. Deep inward, deep outward breath. Press the palms of the hands towards the ceiling. And then exhale, bring the arms all the way down and release. I'm going to continue with some shoulder work. I'll show you from this side. Stand with the feet hip distance apart, about an arm's length away from the wall, and then take the hand to the wall at shoulder height. Take the left hand onto the right shoulder to make sure the shoulder's not up here. Drop the shoulder down away from the ear and push the wall away. Keep the left hand there just to feel where the shoulder is in space. Push the hand into the wall and feel that nerve glide, that nerve stretch, the median nerve that goes up into the palm. Just stay with that, breathe with that for a moment. Deep inhalation, deep exhalation. Breathe in and out through the nose if you can. And then from there, I'll show you from this side. You're going to walk, turn the fingers back 90 degrees, and then you're going to walk towards the wall so that the arm is behind you and you're turning your left shoulder away from the wall. Now, if that's too strong and the shoulder goes up to the neck, take the hand down further so you can turn the chest more. And you're really accessing the pectoral muscles. Deep inward, deep outward breath. Stay, breathe. Roll the shoulders back. And then turn towards the wall and go to the other side. Left hand to the wall. Let's go this way so you can see. Dropping the shoulder down away from the ear. Feel that nerve stretch, the median nerve stretch through the underside of the arm and the palm, the elbow even. Turn the hand back 90 degrees so that now you're walking towards the wall. Drop the shoulder down away from the ear and turn the right shoulder away from the wall. Deep inhalation, deep exhalation. Stay with the breath, stay with the intensity. And then in order to release, turn towards the wall and release. Excuse me. So from there, you're going to go into half dog with the hands, the fingers pointing upwards. Take the hands to waist height. Place the hands on the wall at waist height and spread your fingers, open your palms. Step back with the feet underneath the line of the hips, the outer edges of your feet parallel. You're making a box shape with the wall and the floor. Push the wall away so the top of your box gets longer and longer. Lift up through the backs of the legs so the side of your box gets higher. Keep the belly lifted towards the spine and extend away. Ears in line with the upper arms. Deep inhalation, deep exhalation. Don't drop your head down. Keep the ears in line with the upper arms. Bend the knees, step up. So you're going to do a second variation with the hands turned out. So when you turn the hands out, it doesn't come from the wrist, it comes from the upper arm, this rotation of the arm in the shoulder socket. Turn the hands out so the heels of the hands are in line with the inner arms. You don't want the hands to be narrow this way. So once more, gauge your waist height, place your hands and step back with the outer edges of your feet parallel with the outer edges of your mat. Really push the wall away so the top of your box gets longer and the side of your box gets lifted. Lift up through the backs of the legs. Rotate the biceps towards the ceiling and keep the belly lifted towards your spine. You're not dropping down this way. Lift up and push away. Deep inhalation, deep exhalation. Bend the knees and step up. So you're going to come into forward virasana, and then you're going to come into a full downward dog. If a full downward dog feels too hard today, too challenging, please do half dog to the wall. There we go. All right. So let's start with forward virasana. Come into kneeling. Bring the big toes together so that they touch. Sit your buttocks back towards your heels and extend your arms forwards with the thumb and the forefinger, this part and this part against the wall on both hands. You're going to use the wall as a lever to try and get this stiff upper thoracic area in. Thumb and forefinger to the wall, hands shoulder width apart. Come onto all fours. Tuck your toes under and lift your hips up towards the ceiling. Keep the knees slightly bent and push the chest away from the wall. Really take that upper thoracic area in, away from the wall. Turning the biceps towards the ceiling. Now, in order to straighten the legs, just press the thighs back. Just press the thigh bones back into your hamstrings, into the back of your legs. Don't worry about taking the heels down. And bend the knees to the floor, forward virasana. Come onto all fours again. Tuck your toes under, lift your hips up. Bend your knees slightly. Elongate the arms. Forearms to elbows, elongate. Elbows to upper arms, to shoulders, elongate. And now let the head descend, crown of the head descend, and move the upper thoracic area in, that upper back area in, that stiff rib area, move it in. Now press your thighs back, and you can start to bring your heels down. That's up to you.
You don't need to bring your heels down. If bringing your heels down means you're dropping your buttocks, don't bring your heels down. Deep inward, deep outward breath. Walk the hands back in towards the feet. And bend the knees to come all the way up. All right, we're going to move into a couple of standing poses. So we're going to work on taking the head back, the chest back. So often when you see people, at least people starting yoga doing standing poses, especially the side standing poses, the lateral one, you see them coming across, they want to get down really far, the head comes forwards, the buttocks sit back, and that's the pose. Whoop. But of course, that's not going to give you access to any of these deep spinal muscles or the inner thigh muscles. So let's do it completely differently. Start in Tadasana with the big toes touching, inner heels touching. Roll the shoulders back. Lengthen the buttocks down. Lift just above the pubic bone. Take a few breaths there. And then take the hands to the center of the chest and step the feet a leg length apart with the outer edges of your feet parallel. Turn the toes of your left foot in about 10 degrees, your whole right foot out 90 degrees. Inhale as you exhale, reach out over your right leg. Take your right hand down and bring your left hand onto your left waist. And now check. Turn your gaze down to see if you can see your outer right ankle. And if you can't, take your chest and your head back so that you can. Once you've found it, once you've aligned your torso over the right leg, now start to turn your right chest forwards and your left shoulder back. Now start to press your right buttock forwards. Then you can take the head back and extend the top arm towards the ceiling. Turn the chest, turn the head towards your top hand, unless you've got a neck issue, and then you might want to look directly forwards. Deep inhalation, deep exhalation. Press into your back foot. Inhale and come up. Turn the feet to the center. Turn the toes of your right foot in, your whole left leg out 90 degrees. With the left heel in line with the center of the back foot. Raise the arms slightly and extend over to your left. Left hand comes down. Bring the right hand onto the waist and again turn. Can you see your outer left ankle? In order to do that, you need to often bring your shoulders back and your head back. Then you align your torso over the left leg. Now from there, holding the torso there, just start to turn the chest, turn the left chest forwards, extend the top arm towards the ceiling, press the left buttock forwards. Deep inward, deep outward breath. Press into your back heel, inhale and come up. Turn your feet to the center and step back to Tadasana. Excuse me a moment while I grab a tissue. Lengthening your buttocks towards your heels, lifting from the lower belly to find your core connection. So especially as women, we tend to drop everything out here. Lengthen the buttocks down, lift from the lower belly. So there's a connection between front and back. Take a block. You might need your block on the highest height, the third height. You might be able to take the block on its second height. Take it to the back right-hand side of your mat. Big toes touching. Roll your shoulders back. Can I just say with triangle pose, the pose that we've just done, if you've got an acute disc, don't do triangle pose. Do the bent knee poses instead. Yep. Take the hands to the center of the chest and step the feet wide, wider than leg length. Land with the outer edges of your feet parallel with each other. And then turn the toes of your left foot in about 10 degrees, your whole right foot out 90 degrees. Check that the right heel's aligned with the left instep. Inhale as you exhale, bend your right knee, sit your right buttock down, reach up over your right leg and take the hand onto your block. Press the knee towards the upper arm, reach strongly down through the left leg. Now, from there, turn your gaze towards the outer right ankle. Can you see it easily, or do you need to bring your shoulders and head back? If so, adjust. Now turn your belly towards the left, turn your chest up towards the left, and extend the top arm towards the vertical. Deep inward, deep outward breath. Press into your back foot, bring your block with you. Inhale and come up. Turn the feet to the center. Turn the toes of your right foot in, your whole left leg out 90 degrees. Place your block. Extend the arms out at shoulder height. Inhale as you exhale, bend your left knee. Sit your left buttock down, reach the right leg back. Reach out and across, take your hand onto your block. Right hand on the waist. Once more, is your head forwards? Are your shoulders forwards? And you can't see that ankle. Bring your head back. Bring your shoulders back so you can see the ankle easily. And then holding the torso over the line of the left leg, turn. Turn the belly, turn the shoulder, extend the top arm towards the ceiling. Deep inward, deep outward breath. Keep reaching back strongly through your right leg. Press into your back foot, inhale and come up. Turn your feet to the center. Step back to Tadasana. Press the tops of your thighs back. Lengthen your buttocks towards your heels. Lift your chest. Deep inward, deep outward breath. So we're going to go into the traditional arm movement in this pose. So start with your body in Tadasana, mountain pose, tall, straight, imperturbable. Turn your right hand out and reach the arm up and over. Take your hips towards the right and your torso to the left. Don't let the arm hang this way. Really extend through the fingertips, through the palm of your hand, and feel the connection between the right arm and the right leg, sorry. Come up. Same thing to the other side. Turn the palm out, raise the arm up, hips towards the left, torso towards the right. Now notice that I'm not leaning forwards here, nor am I leaning back. I'm central, as though I'm between two panes of glass. I don't want to touch the front pane with the front of my body, the back pane with the back of my body. I want to stay really central there. And inhale and come up. And you feel as you do that, that you access these deep back muscles. Take your block again to the right side. Big toes touching, inner heels touching. Roll the shoulders back. Take the hands to the center of the chest and step the feet wide. Arms extended. Turn the toes of your left foot in, your whole right leg out 90 degrees. Just check the alignment, the right heel's in line with the back foot. Inhale as you exhale, bend your right knee. Sit your right buttock down. Reach out over your right leg. Take your hand onto your block. Just check the alignment of your torso. Does your head, do your shoulders need to come back? Then start to turn. Press the right buttock forwards. Turn the right waist forwards. Turn the right chest forwards. Raise the top arm to the vertical. Now turn the palm over the line of the ear and extend away from the back leg. So there's always a connection there. It's not a disembodied arm. It's an arm that's connected to a leg. Now, as you turn the chest, if you can, turn the chest and the head to look at the underside of the left arm. Deep inward, deep outward breath. Raise the top arm, bring the block with you,
Inhale and come up. Turn the feet to the center. Toes of your right foot in, hold left leg out 90 degrees. Place your block. Raise the arms. Inhale as you exhale, bend your left knee. Reach back through your right leg. Reach out over the left leg. Take your left hand down, right hand on the right waist to start off with. Check the alignment of your torso. Where am I in space? Ah, there. I can see my left ankle. Yep, I'm good. Now turn, belly towards the right, chest towards the right, top arm, reaching to the vertical. And now turn the palm over the line of the ear and extend away. Arm connected to leg. Can my right arm feel, see my right leg? Or has it just lost any connection? Raise the top arm to the vertical, inhale and come up. Turn the feet to the center and step back. Yoga comes from the root yug in Sanskrit, which means union or connection. So you want the connection with the whole of the body as you work in yoga. Nothing is forgotten. My fingers are not like this. They're extended right to the edges. Every cell is connected. That's what you're looking for. We're going to go into Paschimma Namaskar. So I'm going to do this with my back to you so you can see what I'm doing. I'm reaching the right arm out at shoulder height and I'm going to swing my right arm in and up 4 times. To really warm the shoulder up. You know, it's already a bit warm, isn't it? Now from there, I want to take my right hand as far up my spine as I can. So I'm going to see if I can cut my right elbow. If I can't, I'll hold the forearm. I was going to cut the right elbow, draw it to the midline so that my hand can slide up even more. The action of the shoulder is to turn the shoulder back, roll the shoulder back and press the right elbow forwards. The elbow doesn't go back here. The elbow presses forwards, the shoulder rolls back. And then release that one. Go to the other side. Reach the arm out to the side and swing. Same one here. Cut the elbow, draw the elbow in towards the midline, roll the shoulder back and press the elbow forwards. Now, if you can, holding it there, bring the other one in. So now you've got both hands in Paschimma Namaskar. My shoulders, I'll show you from the front. To get my hands in and to get my hands high, the shoulders roll back, but the elbows press forwards. And then I'm bringing my spine back towards my hands. And release the arms. So we're going to do Parsvottanasana with the full arm variation. Just get rid of this for a moment. Stand with your back against the wall. Step your right foot forward, just a leg length. The right heel in line with the left heel. So you're quite broad there. Bring your hands onto your hips and turn your left buttock forwards. From here, if you can, you come into Paschimma Namaskar. I'll show you. So from here, you might start with the fingers pointing down, turn the fingers in towards the spine and up, palms pressing this way. If that's impossible, hold on to the elbows. Roll the shoulders back. So you start to get that action of taking the shoulders back rather than forwards. Bring the left heel back. Step the right foot forwards. Turn the left buttock forwards. Paschimma Namaskar. Press down, glue down the right big toe. Turn the left buttock forwards. Lean into your back leg. Curl the spine over your hands. And then from the back heel, press the back heel into the wall and start to fold forwards. You might just come to the horizontal or less than the horizontal. Keep the buttocks, the hips moving back towards the left leg, back leg, and the spine moving forwards. Press into your back foot, inhale and come up. Step the left foot forwards, release your arms. Step your right foot back. So just listen to that instruction. The hips, the pelvis goes back. That allows the spine to go forwards. If you take the pelvis forwards, you'll just fall. It's too heavy. Yep. You need the pelvis back in the legs, like downward dog, to find the balance. Extend the arms, Paschimma Namaskar. Turn the right buttock forwards. Lean into your back leg. Back leg is straight, by the way. Exhale to fold forwards. Now, as I come forwards, I turn the right buttock forwards and down towards the floor, and I'm pulling my hips back towards the wall, and then lengthening forwards through the torso. Deep inward, deep outward breath. Inhale and come up, and step the right foot forward. Tadasana. Roll the shoulders back. Deep inhalation, deep exhalation. If your back is okay, come into hanging Uttanasana. A couple of options here. Let's start with the back okay version. If your back's okay, you can stand with the feet hip distance apart, raise the arms, hold onto the elbows, and release forwards. Legs are vertical, don't sit the buttocks back behind the line of the heels, roll the buttocks forwards. If that feels a little bit challenging for the back, you can still go forwards, but have the hands down. If you have any issues with your discs, you need to go concave. So disc issues, you need to avoid forward bends for a while until there's a real healing. And then forward bends are great, but be careful. Exhale to fold forwards. Hands are on the blocks underneath the line of the shoulders. Hips are over the line of the heels. They're not back here somewhere. Chest forwards. Deep inward, deep outward breath. Keeping the front of the spine really long if you've got a disc issue. And then from there, I would say if you've got a disc issue, you bend the knees to come up. Otherwise, from here, you can take the hands onto the hips, lift the head up, push the legs to the feet, and come up. Use your legs to come up. Okay. From there, I'd like you to have a block and some sort of a blanket. And let's have a look at this. So this pose is a really good pose to do if you are sitting at a computer all day. If you do get this really achy, awful neck, tight shoulders, this can be great. You're going to try it in a couple of different ways. If you are not too tight, whatever that means, in the neck and upper back, you can use this high block and take a blanket. For me, it comes off the shelf looking like this. This is a typical Iyengar yoga blanket. Roll it along its short edge here. I'm going to take it there behind my block so that as I lay back, the top of this block is in line with the top of my shoulder blade, not top of my shoulder. That's going to feel uncomfortable there. Top of my shoulder blade. I'm going to lay back with it right in the middle of my spine. Top of my shoulder blade. My neck is supported, the curve of my neck, but my head can drop back. I'm here. If it's sore on the back, you could bend up your knees. And I'm here. And for me, that feels great. It opens my chest. It lengthens the tight front muscles of my neck, which we have when you spend a lot of time on the screen. That can work really well. If it doesn't feel good, it's too much for the upper back, too much for the neck, then take something much higher underneath your neck. So
You might take a bolster if you've got one. They're worth investing in. They last forever. I think I've had this one for about 30 years. You can lay back. Top of my shoulders just touch the bolster. You can see my head's now higher than the block, but I'm still getting a nice opening through the chest there. So you could start with this. And when this starts to get comfortable, you've got more space through the front of the chest, you could then take the blanket underneath the neck. But don't allow this pose to really cramp your neck, make you feel really uncomfortable. Deep inhalation, deep exhalation. And then bend up your knees, place your feet to the floor. Just bring your hand up so that you can roll over onto your side, right side preferably. And support yourselves to inhale and come up. We're going to finish with a floor twist. So take your bolster and block off your mat. You're going to take the block sitting on the floor. Let me come over a little bit so I've got some space there. You're going to take the block lengthways between the thighs. So the block is between my thighs. Hopefully you can see that. I've got my arms extended at shoulder height. Really spreading my arms like wings, like a huge wingspan, like an eagle. Bringing my arms in. So the arms aren't just lying there. I'm pressing with the hands and I'm extending into the hands. Bring the knees towards the chest. Take the knees towards the right arm or right elbow. Keep turning the left ribs down towards the floor. Keep turning the left waist. Keep the left shoulder blade down. And if your neck feels okay, turn your head towards the left hand. Breathe. Breathe into the tightness. Breathe into the stiffness. Inhale to come back to the center and go to the other side. Take the knees towards the left. Turn the right ribs down towards the floor. Turn the right waist down. Spread the arms. Back to the center. And take the feet to the floor. Take the block out. Roll over onto your right side and come up. Take a blanket for the head for Shavasana, relaxation. Up to you how thick you want it, but I usually find a 2-fold is enough. And you might find you need a bolster underneath the knees. This is a back care class after all. So lying on your back with your feet as wide as your mat. Knees bent up, heels on the floor. Bolster underneath the knees.
Arms down beside you and close the eyes. Let the belly be soft. Release the tongue in the mouth. Release the skin on the forehead. Release the jaws, the upper jaw, the lower jaw, release. Let the skin on the throat soften. Let the belly soften. From there, bend up the elbows, let the hands rest on the navel band. Bend up the knees, place the feet onto your bolster or onto the floor. Roll over onto your right side. Stay on your right side for a few moments. And then inhale and come up. Come sit cross-legged. Let's finish together with Yoga Mudra. Bring your palms to Namaste, to the center of the forehead and the heart. Bow the head to the heart, to the wisdom and compassion within. And then release your hands and raise your head up. Thank you, everyone.